Trader Joe's, has grown from one store in the LA area to over 549 locations in 42 states and the District of Columbia. And yes, they're going to open 24 stores this year. Unlike a lot of other chains recently, there's been a lot of consolidation in the industry. In that environment, Trader Joe's is immensely not only popular, but relatively profitable. There's going to be 8 in Southern California, 2 here in San Diego and Poway and Santee. So they're really kind of locating in parts of the county where they have big geographic holes. So a little bit east and a little bit northeast as well, and also in Murrieta. So even though that's in Riverside County, it's right there near Temecula. So along this 15 corridor in particular, it's an important part. There's a lot of people that are middle, from low to upper middle income consumers. These are the key targets for Trader Joe's. The falsifying business records from a criminal business perspective, it's in many cases, especially when you look at a lot of white collar cases, they're fairly open and shut. And these 34 charges really were lumped in 3 areas that are important for, from a business criminal prosecution perspective. One is falsifying business records, which is fake invoices, misclassification, intentional misclassification of services, and then incorrect or illegal ledger entries. That's from an accounting perspective. And what's important in business criminal cases is the type of evidence. So unlike sensational, Perry Mason kind of things where you have some witness breaking down on the witness stand, here it's all about data and information. So they were looking at phone records, bank statements, the confirming processes of how organizations do certain steps, where some steps could have been omitted, validating signatures. So the 20 witnesses that the prosecution brought really confirmed the authenticity that these invoices were indeed fake. They confirmed the authorization, who authorized the invoices. They matched the signatures and confirmed the processes. And so the 2 witnesses that were part of the process, whether it was David Pecker or Michael Cohen in particular, Michael Cohen then corroborated all those witnesses and the documentation. And so it made it very difficult, unless there was proof to the opposite, that there was not a crime here. Now, one of the things about business cases is that it's really a lot of the criminal business cases are around the accounting rules. And accounting rules are very important because whether you're a public company or not a public company, if you have shareholders or stakeholders, they need to know that the business is being run correctly and ethically. The one thing that I'd like to think about on this is not just as from a marketing perspective and from my background, is what's that going to mean when it comes to the 2024 election? Does this conviction, what's that going to do to the ad spending? This year alone, in 2024, it is projected that $12 billion will be spent on media to promote the election for either set of parties and any third parties. That's 30% higher than it was in 2020 and almost 4 times higher than it was in 2016. Now, what's interesting is that because of the conviction yesterday and the need to kind of get the message out, estimates are suggesting that spending can go from $12 billion to $16 billion, merely to kind of try to explain and defend this current activity. This will mean that the television networks and the digital media companies like Facebook or social media companies, et cetera, are going to have a field day this year. And even the traditional media companies who've really struggled over the last couple of years as their audiences have dwindled. 2024 is going to be a pivotal year in terms of their ad revenues because of very large part the increase in spending due to the verdict yesterday. So it'll be interesting to watch as that kind of continues to move forward in the fall.